Possibly. Now, when you are talking about statistics, we have population and we have sample. Now, what is the meaning of population? A population refers to the entire group of individuals, items, or data points that share a common characteristics and, and are being studied. Now, you should know the fact that the reason why we have statistics is that by the time you get a data from the entire population, for example, let's say United States of America, you need the data of everybody. That would be entire what? Entire individual, which is not always possible. And that is the reason why most time when we are trying to observe either population or samples, the best to pick out of these two is samples. What is the meaning of sample? Sample is simply the subset of a population. Are you following, sir?
Yes, sir.
Sample is the subset of a population. Samples is easier to gather than population. For example, now, let's say we want to know the major cause of HIV. Are you getting me? Or, okay, don't let me use HIV. Let's say we want to collect samples or distribute some surveys that will make us meet different women so that we can really know what is causing cancer. Are you following, sir?
So I'm with you, sir.
Yeah. Now, to get this, it is not possible to get every woman in United States of America. So what you just need is that just get a subset of the population, a particular number. In fact, out of all the people in, okay, let's say Alaska now in the US, you can just get samples from just 500 women. So those 500 women are the sample from the what? From the population. Is that clear, sir? So population is harder to gather or observe. So 100% of time, anytime we are doing statistical analysis or data analysis, we do this based on samples, not based on the entire population. So now, you must understand one thing before you will know that a sample is eligible for you to use as a survey for data analysis or statistical analysis. You must make sure that the sample has these two properties or these two features. Number one, randomness. Number two, representativeness. Number one, randomness. Number two, representativeness. Randomness is collected when each member is chosen from the population by chance. Now, what is the meaning of this? Fine, we want to collect samples of survey. We want to interrogate women so that we'll know the cause of cancer. So you cannot just decide to just go to a particular restricted region. You need to disperse people that will be helping you to get the data, and you make sure that they meet those women by what? By chance. So if you not remember anything, make sure that you get data from the population by what? By chance. That is the sample that is what? That is eligible. You now understand the meaning of randomness now. Now, when you talk about representativeness, a subset of the population that accurately represent the member of the entire population. Let me explain the meaning of this. It simply means that I need women. And these women, I want to interrogate them to know the causes of cancer, the age group that it happens to them, possibly is it when they have children or when they don't have children that is common, and what are the causes of this cancer. Now, number one, it's not possible for you to meet male. You understand? So the representativeness must be there. You must not meet male. You must not meet minor. That is people that are young. You must meet mature female. So do you now understand what they mean by representativeness now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, after this is clear, let's now go to the descriptive statistics. I'm very sure by the grace of God in the next class, we'll be using SPSS. But if we decide to jump to SPSS today, there are a lot of language I'll be using that you might not really understand. So that's why I'm trying to do this simple introductory class to make you be in the knowing or to be familiar with the major terms that we are going to be using generally for statistics. Now, if you can remember, I told you that we have two basic types of data. Fine, traditional and big data. But whichever it is, most data are always what? Categorical or numerical, if you can remember.
America.
And on the basis level, I told you that categorical are columns or variables that cannot be manipulated mathematically. Like, okay, you can't plus, you can't minus, you can't multiply the variable. That's the categorical. But numerical, there are those that you can what? You can manipulate.
That can
And
be
to your
manipulated.
yes, and to your surprise, for example, now maybe in a bank, BVN, is it categorical or numerical? I'm asking you.
What did you say, sir?
I said BVN in a bank, is it categorical or numerical?
It's numerical. It can't be manipulated. It can be manipulated.
If it can be manipulated, that means it's what?
Numerical.
No, 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 no. Maybe you didn't remember. I said categorical means that it cannot be manipulated. While numerical means it can be manipulated. So
Okay,
that means,
I mix it for each other.
yeah, so that means BVN is what?
It's numerical.
No, it's not numerical. BVN is categorical. Can you plus your BVN with another person BVN?
Oh,
Do you get what I'm trying to say by manipulated?
sir. Yes, sir. I
Okay,
know. I understand, but I'm not concentrating now. I'm sorry.
okay, no problem, no problem. So BVN is categorical. Is that clear? Okay. Now, please try and concentrate so that you get, because if you didn't get these basic
Sir.
things, by the time we start, there are some things you'll be mixing up. Aha. Now, let me now start with categorical. Categorical, most time, we have nominal or ordinal. Nominal or ordinal. Even though is under measurement of data that we use this mostly. What is the meaning of nominal? When you're talking about nominal, it means I'm talking about data that are just normal. How? For example, if I'm talking about categories of cars now, Benz, Toyota, Lexus, BMW. Do you understand? All these data are
Sir.
nominal. or I'm talking about different season that you have, winter, summer, you understand, etc.
Sir.
They are what? They are nominal. You understand? So there's no
Nominal.
way. Aha, that's what we mean by nominal. Nominal. Oh, I'm talking about different types of paper. A4 paper. They are what? They are nominals.
Nominal.
Aha. But now, what is now the meaning of ordinals? Ordinals, they are data that are continuous in the sense of rating. What did I mean by this? For example, now, if I'm talking about grading in a school, I can start from what? Poor, fair. Can you see that it's starting from what? The negative aspect. Poor,
Sir.
fair, good. I've entered the positive. Very good and what? Excellent. Do you now understand the meaning of ordinal now? So that's why I wrote it. Poor, fair, good, very good, excellent. Or maybe you ate a food in a restaurant and they are telling you to do a rating.
Give a remark.
A
To give
remark,
a
thank
remark.
you.
Rating.
So, oh, not tasty or tasteless, tasty, delicious. You understand? Anything like that actually start from the negative to the positive aspects of your remark is what we call ordinal. Is that clear, sir?
General.
So let's
Yes, sir.
go
Yes, sir.
to the numerical. Now, when you're talking about numerical, we have discrete and continuous. What do I call it? Discrete
Discrete and continuous.
continuous for the numerical. Now, discrete, you should know that numericals are values that you can manipulate, like 1, 2, 3, 10, 50, 20, 30. So when you're talking about discrete, it means that there are data like scores to the amount in bank, number of hours that staff works. All those ones, they are what? They are discrete. The way to understand discrete very well is when you understand the opposite.
They are discrete.
Is when you understand the opposite. What is the opposite of discrete? Continuous. What did I mean by continuous? For example, a very good example of continuous is weight. Weight. Now, when you are talking about weight, maybe you weigh yourself today and you are 40 kg, or let's say 80 kg. Do you know that normally you can be more than that, but computer that you are using to weigh yourself cannot pick it? Okay, maybe you weigh yourself today, you are 80 kg. And today, you actually did a lot of exercise. Do you know that it's very possible that 0.01 kg has dropped from your weight? But your weight, but what you are using to weigh cannot pick it because of the continuous value, like 8.00142. But the only one the computer on the what you are using to weigh yourself will pick is what? 80 kg. So any value like that, possibly that has a lot of floating numbers, like points, blah blah blah, is a what? Is a continuous. Is that clear, sir?
Yes, sir.
So this is the last phase I will treat before I would end the theory aspects. Now, we have what we call measurement of data, or data measurements. So please, immediately after the class, take your time to go through this thing very well and get used to them. You understand why?
Yes, sir.
By the time we start doing it practically in SPSS. Now, when you're talking about we have two types of measurement. We have qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative and what? Quantitative. Now, qualitative, if I'm mere saying it, you now know the meaning. When you say something is quantity, you can quantify it, Abby. But qualitative, they are simply the example that we told you under what? Categorical data. They are more or less categories of things. You cannot really measure it in terms of size, quantity. You cannot really quantify it. Like now, types of car now. You understand? Mercedes Benz, Toyota. Can you really weigh that? So that's why I said it's still the example of what? Categorical data, which are nominal and ordinal. So I'm not going to take my time on that. So let's go to the quantitative. Quantitative. Now, when you are talking about the quantitative, we have two types. This is where I really want you to know very well. We have the ratio and the interval. What do I call it? The ratio
Ratio and interval.
and the interval. Now, what is the meaning of the ratio? There is one thing you must not forget about ratio. Ratio always have true zero. Ratio has what? True zero. While interval does not have true what? True zero. Let me explain myself better. For example, now, do you know that if you did not put anybody, like now, kg, weight is a ratio. So it means it has what? It has true zero. How does it have true zero? If you did not put anything on the weight, on what you are using to weigh, it will write what? Zero. Abi?
Zero.
Aha. For example, now, distance is also a ratio. Your car, if you park your car at a state of rest, what will the kilometer rate? 0 kilometer per
Zero.
kilometer per hour. So it means that all this data has what? True zero, because zero really means something to it. It means that it's in a state of what? Of rest.
Of rest.
Are you following? But what is the meaning of interval? And why did they call interval that it does not have true zero? The reason why they said interval does not have true zero, a very typical example of it is temperature. What do I call it? Temperature. How? Hello, can you hear me,
Temperature.
sir? How? Do you know that
I'm
when
hearing you, sir.
do you
I'm
know that when
listening.
you put your thermometer in someone's body, the exact value that is telling you might not be the exact. It's just a kind of means of measurement that can give us a clue. So the fact that you can't be in a room and you said it's 0 degrees Celsius, you understand? You are just predicting, you are not sure. That's why they said it does not have true what? True zero.
Zero.
Do you understand? Aha. The fact
Yes, sir.
that it's writing 0 degrees Celsius does not even mean that there's no temperature there, but it can't pick it. Do you understand, sir? Aha. So that's the meaning
Sir.
of true zero. So what I'm going to do now to get you prepared for the next phase of the class is that I want you to quickly give me your mail. Let me see if I can just mail you immediately.
So, I've dropped it on the WhatsApp.
Okay. I'll check that. So you'll see it on your Google Drive, because that's the software that we're going to use for our class. So that's why I'm giving it to you.
Okay, sir.
So,